Dashrath had only three wives, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and third one, Kaikeya. And Ram was born.
कैसे हैं आप सभी? आई होप यू ऑल आर वेल। जैसे कि आप जानते हैं हम बच्चों की स्पीच और डिबेट कराते रहते हैं और यूट्यूब पर अपलोड करते रहते हैं। आज ऐसे ही हमारा एक स्टूडेंट समीरुद्दीन लॉर्ड ऑफ राम के बारे में उनकी बायोग्राफी बताएगा और उनके बारे में स्पीच देगा। और ये बच्चे फैसल, अकबर, महराज और सुहेब, ये बच्चे इनसे क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे और उनके आंसर देने हैं, जिससे इन बच्चों की इंग्लिश इंप्रूव होगी। तो चलिए।
Hello my dear friends, this is Samiruddin speaking, and today I'm going to speak about very exhortative as well as admonitive topic, which topic is related to Ramayana. Actually matters that I have been given very interesting topic on Ramayana. So in the first place, I would like to tell to all of you that he is considered to be our Lord and God of the Hindus people. And it is also considered that he was the seventh incarnation and personation of Vishnu. And actually he had three brothers in his life, Lakshmana, Bharat and Shatrughan. And he has also one sister of who was his real sister in blood sister, whose name was Sumita. My dear friends, I'm going to tell you that this story is very exhortative. Actually, you are going to get a lot of dehotation from listening it. So in the first place, I'm going to tell you that here in this story, in this topic, you are going to listen very valuable point about Ramayana. Actually, when Ram was commanded to go to the forest for spending his life for 14 years in that, so with him there were two persons over there. One was Sita and second was Lakshmana, who had accompanied him until unless he was in the forest. But in the meanwhile of spending his life in the forest, there was one person. Actually, he was not a person, but that was a demon. He was a very dangerous demon whose name was Ravana, and he was the king of Sri Lanka. So I'm going to tell you that he actually loved Sita, and he wanted to get her at any cost, at any rate. Therefore, he made a plan and hatched to get and abduct the Sita. So he went to Sita and he actually changed his face, he changed his body and have a personation of a saint and sage. And he went to him and said that I am a saint, please give me some food and please give me any kind of morsel of food. I need that a lot. So after that, Sita, who was very pious and right to girl, and she was also very cautious lady. So she gave that food and morsel of the food to him, and after that he abducted the Sita and he flied her to his Lanka. He took her to the Lanka, and after that Mr. Ram and Lakshmana kept looking for her, and they were very disappointed and they were very worried about her. They wanted to get her, they wanted to look her at any cost, but this way of finding her was very difficult. Therefore, there was one person whose name was Hanuman. Hanumanji actually helped both of them to look for the Sita, who was existed in Lanka. And after that, after a long period of time, he got them. When they reached over there, so they had to fight with Ravana. Actually, this story is very long, but I am telling you by describing and presenting the story as well as influence of this matter. So, in the first place, actually, Hanuman had turned up to the Sri Lanka and found out the Sita. Is this Sita existed over here? Okay, is this Sita here or not? After that, he found out that Sita is existed over here, and after that, Hanuman showed one ring of Ram to the Sita, and after that Sita also showed one thing which was the sign and indication of her. By seeing that thing, Ram could find out and recognize anything, and he was able to find out that it is a symbol and indication of the Sita. That was necklace.
listen. May I ask one question to
Yes, you are allowed on that.
you? If you are talking about Ravan, could you please tell me by whom Ravan name been given that Ravan?
Okay, as far as the name of Ravan is concerned, so the name of Ravan was given by by Shivji, who is also deity and divine of Hindus. Am I right or not?
Of course. So could you please also tell me what is the meaning of his name?
Actually, it stands for to love a lot, and actually he used to love. He might used to lie a lot, love a lot. Therefore, he was given such kind of name.
Here you are little wrong. His name meaning is screaming,
To
like
roar like a lion.
like a lion or like a demon.
Oh, so therefore he is called Ravan
He
because
has
of his
been-
roaring and screaming.
Therefore, this name had been given to Ravan by Shivji.
Okay, it may be right answer of that.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any question? Second question of that regarding that?
Yeah, I have also second question to ask. May I ask?
Yes, you are allowed.
Could you please tell me by whom Shiv Dhanush had been made?
Yes, Shiv Dhanu was made by Vishnu. Yes.
You are right here.
Do you have another question?
No, I don't have.
So anyone of you have any question?
No, continue.
Okay, so let me continue this point. So after that, there was created a very big battle. A big battle had taken place over there, and Lord Ram and his army, including all the army, including the Hanumanji and another Vanasena over there, and they fought very very bravely. They shown their their courage over there, and after that Ram killed the Ravan by his arrow. He sprayed an arrow from his bow, and after that he killed him. This was very actually exhortative as well as admonitory thing, an admonitory battle for us. It teaches us to be peaceful. It teaches us that we should not leave any person to be alone. It teaches us that we must save our wife. We must save our the wife of our brother, and as well as it teaches us that we must protect each and every person who connects with us as well as who establish a rapport with us. It teaches like this. And now I'm going to tell you that Raja Dasharatha was the father of Ram. Had actually there are two things. There are big disparity, imparity as well as differ in this. That Raja Dasharatha, how many wife Raja Dasharatha had. So there are two books regarding Ramayana. One is Ramayana. Second is Charitramanas. Ramayana was written by Valmiki, and Charitramanas was written by Tulsidas. So there is written one thing in Ramayana that Raja Dasharatha had 350 wives. But on the other hand, Raja Dasharatha, it is written by Tulsidas in Charitramanas that Raja Dasharatha had only 3 wives: Kaushalya, Sumitra, and third one Kaikeya. And Ram was given a birth by Kaushalya. And I have told you that Ram also had one sister whose name is not mentioned right nowadays, whose name was Sumita, who was real and in blood sister of Ram. The birth was given by Kaushalya to her. So this was about the Ramayana. And second thing is I'm going to tell you that actually there was created one imperative in getting a marriage to Sita. So Sita's father had created one meeting, had held a meeting to get a marriage, to make a match of his daughter with any person. So he actually invited a lot of emperor over there. Among them there was one person also existed whose name was Ravan. Ravan also was invited to that meeting to get a marriage to Sita. So after that, many people tried to lift that bow which was made by Vishnu, but none of them was able to that. None of them was able to lift that. And after that, after putting a lot of efforts by every person, Raja Dashrath declared that there is no one who is brave person. There is no one who is brave, bold person. Therefore, he actually started abusing all the emperors who were exist over there. So there was two person, Ram and Lakshmana, with his teacher. So he didn't tolerate that. After that, he thought that we should do that. We should lift that. And after that, they lifted that. They lifted that bow, which was very heavy, which wasn't lifted by any person apart from him. And thus he got married to the Sita, and Sita also used to love him.
I have a question for you.
What question do you have?
If you are talking about the Ramayana, could you please tell me how many shlokas are in Ramayana?
Okay, there are 24,000 shlokas are existed in Ramayana.
Thank you for giving.
Isn't it so?
Of course, you are right.
Okay. Has anyone of you any question?
Ons, I want to clap for you because you have spoken very large points. Which
Thank you.
are very
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
breathtaking.
I'm grateful to
But
you.
you know that about I have one doubt,
Which doubt you have?
and I want to ask that when Ravana was about to die, so which words and which facts were being spoken by himself, by his god, to the Lakshmana?
Oh, you mean to say that when Ravana was about to killed by Ram, so Ravana has told said some words in the ear of Lakshmana. So actually these words, those words which were spoken by Ravana in the ears of Lakshmana, these are that you never give up from helping the righteousness and truth, and you should not leave the company of the truthness, because it is going to stand you in good stead and come in handy. And second thing which was spoken by Ravana was that you have made a good thing, you have done a good turn by killing me. This was the thing which was spoken by Ravana in the ear of Lakshmana.
You are absolutely right here. You have given very well answer to me.
Thank
but
you very
I have a one doubt, that on which place that war had been.
Okay, so well, as per to my knowledge, I don't have more knowledge about this matter, but I will try to I will try to give you information about that. Actually, that war was had taken a place next to Sri Lanka, isn't it so?
I think all right.
Thank you.
You are right. So that's all. He has given very good answer.
Thank you. Mr. Shoaib, do you have any question to ask me?
Yes, I have
Please take it
a
up.
question for you that I want to tell you about, as you have told us about the Dashrath. So I want to tell you about who was mother of the Sri Ram.
Okay.
Tell us.
Actually, it has been told by me earlierly that the mother of Ram was Kaushalya. She was his real mother, in blood mother, and there were another mother who were not real mother of Ram, but rather they were stepmother of Ram, namely that Kaikeya as well as Sumitra.
Yes.
That's all about it.
Thanks for giving me answer.
Okay, Mr. Shoaib, do you have any question to me to ask me? You don't have a question, Mr. Akbar.
2-3 मिनट में खत्म कर दो अगर है तो.
Okay.
2 मिनट से बस.
So, since my friends don't have any kind of question to ask me, therefore let me continue this point that after that, when I was describing that the Sita was married by Ram by lifting that bow which was very heavy. So after lifting that, Ram had got married to Sita, and after that he arrived to his palace where his mother and his father also were existed. And after that, since his stepmother, whose name was Kaikeya, didn't want him to be an emperor and king of that palace. She didn't want him to get the monarchy, to get the kingdom. Therefore, she used to hate him. And after that, he actually asked some promises from his husband, whose name was Dashrath, that you should not give him kingdom, you should not give him monarchy, but rather you should snatch that, and as well as you should command him to go to the forest for spending his life, at least 14 years of his life in the forest. So that was the story of his spending life, 14 years of his life in that forest, and thus he spent his life in the forest, and he actually attended all the roles by being a husband, by being a brother, and by being a good warrior of that history. So that's all about the Ramayana, and Ramayana is a good story which has taught us peace as well as the righteousness, to be a warrior, to be a courage, as well as to be a bold person and brave person. So that's all about Ramayana. Thank you very much.